Well, g'day everyone, Jason Haines here once again from QPL Rural with another look around the Riverina at what's been happening with another edition of the Haines Report. Well, it was good to see a little bit of rain last weekend. That Sunday rain was a little bit unexpected. Falls of around that sort of 8 to 12 millimetres, depending on which cloud you're under. Unfortunately, too little too late for a lot of crops, but some producers have adopted a wait-and-see position to see if there is any follow-up rain to come. Now, as we normally do, I'm going to turn my attention to water trading this week. There's been a fair bit going on. That bore water, that lower Murrumbidgee bore water, looks as though it has dropped in price. There's now a few trades of zone 2 and 3 at around that $180 a megalitre. There is buyers out there at the moment. There's more buyers than sellers, so that price I expect will push up a little bit to around that $200 mark. In fact, I've got buyers of zone 3 at $200 at the moment. So if you're looking to move any bore water at the moment, please give me a call on that one. In entitlement trade on the Murrumbidgee, well, there is buyers around that $1,800 mark, but we are looking that there's probably some buyers that will step up to the plate on a dry basis for up to that sort of $1,850 to $1,900. So again, if you'd like to move there, please give me a call. At the moment, we do have a few people starting to sniff around there. In relation to temporary water, well, we're looking at around numbers around that $550 on the Murrumbidgee throughout there. There is trades as high as $565 at the moment. Some of those people that are holding allocation early have moved water down into those Victorian and those lower Murray markets. This has got prices up around that sort of $795, even $800 for prices below the choke. Unfortunately, this trade's now finished, so its system's closed. You can't transfer down into the Murray as we speak. But certainly may prove to be a very good opportunity for those people that have managed to do so. As there is talk of water now at $800, it won't be a great deal to jump up to that $1,000 mark. Now, we are talking water. I do have closing next week that expressions of interest on those 3,000 megalitres of Zone 2 bore water, that lower Murrumbidgee Zone 2. Give me a call on this one. It does include that 2019 allocation, so there's a good opportunity here to pick up a good parcel of water that's reasonably priced. So please give me a call, put your hat in the ring, and you never know what you'll get as a forward lease on this water. In the mid-Murrumbidgee space, I do have both buyers and sellers at the moment sitting there, so if you're looking to shift a little bit of mid-Murrumbidgee Zone 3, please give me a call there as well. In livestock markets this week, so generally some positive news in markets, especially off the back of that increase in wool price in the last few days. So that's very welcome for those that have been sitting on wool. In the livestock markets, well, the National Trade Lamb Indicator is still sitting around that 800 cents, but in our local market here, those Victorian buyers are pushing those trade lambs up, and it's probably a number close to 850 cents per kilo carcass weight out of the Wagga markets there yesterday. The Eastern Young Cattle Indicator is sitting at 477.25 cents per kilo carcass weight. As I said, the National Trade Lamb Indicator is sitting at 802. Now that's reflective there. We've got a kill prices of around $820 for new season lambs, or $8.20 should I say. And the mutton job, it's sitting around 536 cents per kilo carcass weight. Now, it is interesting to note that we're in the ram selling season. You've seen a lot of stud sales around at the moment, and it's a good opportunity there for people to step up their genetics. We are seeing some good clearance rates around some of the studs that have got sales at the moment. So good to see. Prices have been back a little bit, but we were expecting to see low clearance rates given the lack of breeding stock that we're seeing at the moment. So once again, perhaps an insight into the strength of the job at the moment. In rural property this week, well, if you open the land, it's not hard to see that the spring selling season is upon us. While properties look good, particularly in the north, there's a lot of activity up in the north at the moment. Now, we are seeing some renewed interest in irrigation properties at the moment. People looking to take a significant interest in those water portfolios, as we see that as an ever-limiting resource there. So if you've got an irrigation property or indeed a dryland property at the moment that you'd like us to promote for you, we do have a list of active buyers at the moment, and we would be only too happy to come out and give you a property appraisal and give you an idea of where your property might sit in the current market. Now, this being said, I will go back to some of our older listings that we do have here. Some of our dairies, is a very good time to step into this dairy space. It's becoming a limiting market at the moment, and a good time to take a position in a property like Rosedale. Now, Rosedale is a good 80-unit rotary dairy, a very large dairy operation there with good capacity. You can milk up to 1,000 cows there, just on 1,185 acres. Now, the good thing about this property is there's a licence there for approximately 800 megalitres of spear point water that is not being utilised at the moment. So get that one up and running, and there's a good opportunity to have secure feed production for many years to come, whether it be dairy or beef. Now, the other one is Tikkawarra. Right over there at Warcool, this is a first grade property with a 500 head feed pad on it. Now the vendors here are keen to move on, but they do have approximately 2 years worth of forage up their sleeve at the moment. So if you're looking to step into an operation that will drought-proof your existing operation and see you feed beef or dairy right the way through the next couple of seasons to really secure that operation up, here's an opportunity for you to step right in here and continue feeding on this feed pad and produce high-quality beef, which you know is absolutely going to be in demand for some time to come. Now, another one there that we do have with good underground water is a Katunga in Victoria. Voila, a smaller property around that 550 acres, but again, some good underground water, some good drainage licenses there, A-grade machinery on that one, and a good opportunity to step in there and secure your forage production for a number of years to come. All these properties are specially designed to produce large quantities of high-quality forage, and as though they're milking cows at the moment, if you all want to turn your operation around to lamb or beef, they're easily converted and purpose-built operations that are not that far out of Melbourne. Now, as always, if you'd like any more information here on any one of our properties or anything else here today, please give me a call on 0488 594 450. We'll be at the Henty Field Day next week, so if you'd like to come along, please, if you're walking past, call in on the stand there. We do have a competition going to get an esky full of Aussie white meat, so please call in, put your entry in, and hopefully we'll get a chance to catch up face-to-face next week. Cheers.